From the first round Wednesday night to the second through fifth rounds that follow Thursday night, the 2020 MLB Draft is here and we've got everything you need for all 160 picks. The Detroit Tigers had the number 1 overall pick and grabbed Arizona State slugger Spencer Torkelson, followed by the Baltimore Orioles taking another big college bat in Heston Kjerstad. See below for analysis of all the picks in the first round, along with complete selections for every team in every round. Watch the 2020 MLB Draft on ESPN and the ESPN app Thursday, June 11th. Rounds 2-5 starting at 5 p.m. at ESPN2. 1. Detroit Tigers, Spencer Torkelson. 1b. Arizona State. Who is Torkelson? The safest pick in this draft. Torkelson belted 54 home runs in 127 career games at Arizona State and was only 2 home runs shy of the Sun Devils' school record held by Bob Horner when the 2020 season was cut short. The right-handed first baseman, who was announced as a third baseman by Rob Manfred, with plus power, has drawn comparisons at the plate to New York Mets star Pete Alonso. Why the Tigers took him here? Torkelson fills a major system need and gives the Tigers a slugger who should make his way to the majors quickly. Detroit has a strong group of pitching prospects, but 19-year-old Riley Green was the only real hitting prospect of note until the Tigers made the consensus top player in the draft the number 1 overall pick. The big surprise. The Tigers announced Torkelson as a third baseman after he played first base during his career at Arizona State. He becomes the first third baseman to go number 1 overall since Pat Burrell in 1998. Dan Mullen. Who is Kjerstad? Kjerstad might have the best raw power of any left-handed hitter in the draft, has performed well at Arkansas and led Team USA with a .395 average last summer. He's strictly a corner outfielder, and his swing has a lot of moving parts, including a pause with a big leg kick. The strikeouts are a concern. He had a poor 65/21 strikeout-to-walk ratio as a sophomore, but he was off to a great start in non-conference play in 2020, hitting .448/.513/.791 with 6 home runs in 16 games. Why the Orioles took him here? Kjerstad has elite power and was a top 10 prospect in this draft, but this is also very much about draft strategy. Kjerstad is much more likely to take an underslot deal that will help the Oaks target another elite player with the number 30 pick than higher-ranked prospects Austin Martin or Asa Lacy would. Best case for Baltimore is getting an outfielder in Kjerstad who might fit as a designated hitter and who annually lands on MLB home run leaderboards while strengthening the rest of its system later in the draft. Mullen. Why the Marlins took him here? Asa Lacy was the pitcher most associated with the Marlins throughout the lead up to the draft, but Miami instead went with Meyer out of Minnesota here. Look, Meyer is a bit undersized, and playing in the Big Ten isn't quite like pitching in the SEC, but watch this guy's stuff for even a little bit and there's no doubt why Miami would jump at the chance to add an arm like this to its system. This is a Walker Buehler level potential starter who could end up playing as a Lightning's shutdown arm if he doesn't show the durability to start. Mullen.